Mhm.
Okay, your life. All right. Another day in the drama that is happening online. So today we want to talk about when she married about because of money. So basically, we want to touch on the reasons why or the phenomenon of some people choosing money as a reason to actually get married. And well, the reason why we are talking about this right now is because of the hot topic right now on the internet, especially in Nigeria. Nigeria, we know this senator, right? Senator uh, Ned and his are they ex right now? Is it divorced? They're
I
not.
don't know what they are. I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's none of
So for those of you that don't know, uh, maybe we'll give a backstory to it before we get into it, and then we can talk about it and give our comments. We cannot obviously talk about everything surrounding it, but we just go off what we know and what's going around, and we'll focus particularly today on just the reason why, uh, or we just focus around maybe the topic about choosing money as a reason to get married and what some of the um, benefits or maybe disadvantages of those
it.
kind of scenarios, right? So,
Mhm.
for those of you that don't know me, I'm David, and part of the admin or part of the gentleman behind the LBC singles,
Behind the scenes.
behind the scenes, right? So, most of you know the main co host here. Uh, Maybe you can introduce yourself to people that don't know you yet.
Hi, everyone. So, my name is Mrs. Princess, Lady Princess, your friend Princess, whatever you want to add. Yeah, so my name is Princess, and I'm here always creating reels, approving and handling posts, and checking up all the YouTube channels and trying my best to keep everyone afloat and sharing from my own life experience as well and other people's little stories, just so that all of you guys don't make a mistake, okay? So that you like just giving you a manual, just here to give you a manual. So yeah, so that's
You
I
didn't
don't know if I'll
mention
call
the
myself
happily
a coach.
married part.
Yeah, I'm happily married to my long time, my forever. They call him my forever boyfriend now. He's my forever boyfriend, my man, my friend.
Boyfriends.
Nigerians are saying my odogu. Odogu. Yeah, I'm married to a man that, of course, some of you might have known my story, but if you don't know my story, I'll share it another day, or you can go and check through our videos on YouTube or Facebook. I don't know if Facebook has that far of a video, but YouTube has it, so you will know some of the things of about my marriage. I married my husband without knowing him from anywhere. We met in Europe, and then like we're married today, going on 15 years, and going, and it has
Okay.
yeah.
So we have a happily married woman here and we have a single guy here. So we're going to talk about this topic. And I think it will be very, very clear that uh, probably we'll see things from different point of views. And
Definitely.
hopefully we can see how we can tie it down to the scriptural based version
Hmm.
of it.
Okay, let's do it.
So, just for you to know, we didn't even talk about this offline. We are not planning anything here. We're just going off of the fact that this news has been trending so much, and we decided, maybe it's something that we can talk about,
Hmm.
and probably we can record it, and people can learn from it or not learn from it, or maybe people also can share their opinions about it. So now, for me, why I'm even very interested in talking about this is because like a lot of single men like myself or women uh, starting to see marriage as a scary thing,
Mm,
right? Because of all this news that are going around, people invest their energy and time into marriage, and then it falls apart.
yeah.
And then, especially for me, like I'm thinking, like, is it really, really worth it? Like, because
Yeah.
a lot of news now is becoming a popular thing that it's as if people are just deliberately choosing to get married just to go out of it, or
Mm,
people are now planning to marry and know that it's going to fall apart. So it's getting crazy. So and funny thing is, it's no longer just about unbelievers or not Christians, right?
yeah.
Now it's even becoming a thing
Unbelievers,
that is very
Christians,
common
like
in
going through
church.
everywhere. Mm,
Yeah. So I mean, in the past it was more about like uh few is it years or a few months ago when the topic was hot with this female Nigerian singer that got killed, and um, everybody's like, women are suffering in marriage, or ha, you know.
mm,
And not long ago, it was Two-Face Idibia, right?
yeah.
And everybody's talking
Celebrities.
about him too, like this that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And uh, well, will I say in church too? Do we have big news about marriage falling apart?
Yeah, there are lots
Uh,
of marriages that are affected.
recently,
Well, maybe it's not trending, but there is definitely issues, and these ones are trending because they are popular, right? I
yeah.
mean, if they weren't popular, this would happen and it won't trend. It's just because they are in the eye of the public and they're popular that it's like, okay, yes, it's trending. But I mean, this is happening everywhere, across the board, really. There are
So,
there are a lot of things that are happening, and it's just interesting the way the words that she said. I didn't know about what she said at the time. This Regina, uh, until someone just said it in passing, and I was like, who said that? Like she would rather cry in a Lamborghini than to cry in a like tricycle. You know this tricycle. If you don't live in in any part of Nigeria, they have these tricycles where. So she was like, she would rather cry in a Lamborghini. So I was just asking myself a couple of questions like, does money change pain? Does money change
yeah,
um,
maybe we can show them what tricycle means
problems?
for some people
Yeah,
that don't.
if you have a picture of tricycle, share it.
Yeah, I have it.
And then share us a picture of Lamborghini. Ha ha ha. Let's make that comparison. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember one time when I used to be single back in the days. I used to talk with my friends and I'll tell people that let me share it. Let me share with this is a tricycle. If you've never seen it before, this is a tricycle. Tricycle. It's like a bicycle but tri. So three circles, right? But it rides faster than a bicycle. They don't have to manually pedal it. It's just motorized and then it moves fast.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just like she used it as a symbol of poverty. And now
Mm-hmm.
let's see a picture of a Lamborghini. So yeah, so that's and this is a Lamborghini.
Supercar.
Okay.
Hehe.
There you go. That's a Lamborghini. So Lamborghini is Lamborghini is screaming luxury, while the other one is screaming poverty, right? So let's just put it that way. It's just that
Mm,
difference between a Lamborghini or a tricycle. So she would rather damn the consequence. She will not mind what she finds in that marriage. She will not mind the number of wife that she is, just because She wants luxury. She wants comfort. She wants soft life, as they call
I
it. They call it
imagine,
soft life.
imagine I said Keke Napep, Lamborghini versus Keke Napep, and a picture is still showing.
Oh, they had it Keke Napep
Oh, my God.
versus Lamborghini. Lamborghini.
Yeah, and a picture is showing.
You see that? Because of what she said.
Cry,
Citation. And you
cry.
see, internet never forgets, right? So
Mm,
everybody started to remind her. I'm not laughing at what's happening to her, even though as Christians we know that she was living in adultery, right? She was living in adultery. You can't be the sixth wife of someone and expect that you're married. I mean, technically, she can actually walk out of that relationship, and in the sight of God, excuse me, she has not committed any. I mean, she should be all right? She just needs to make her way right, and she has
So
seen
the
the other side
question
of
is,
the coin. She has seen all the
the
side
que-
of the coin. She has seen what it means to live that life, Lamborghini life. Somebody was saying that when you're crying. I read an article that said that when you are crying in a keke napep, you see people that will say, "Sorry, don't cry. What happened to you? Huh? Did something happen to you? Why are you crying? What happened?" Somebody will listen to you. Some people will give you, like something to clean your face. Some people will maybe offer to pay your transportation. Some people will try to solve your problems. Like, what do you need? God is going to help you. They will even give you some motivational talks. But in a Lamborghini, behind very high walls and closed doors. You know how the wealthy people in Africa live and they build very long house, like very high walls, and nobody can even come in except they are permitted to come in. So nobody is there to tell you sorry. Nobody's there to commiserate with you to make you feel better. If you're suffering in those kind of marriages, you're really suffering, and shame will not let you to speak out. Out of
mm,
shame, you won't say anything because people are expecting you to be happy. People think that um, money is a source of happiness, that all you need is just money to be happy, and you don't need anything else. You don't need this. Why should you be sad? Why should you be sad when you have money? Why should you say this man did anything to you after when you are living in such a house? When you have
mm,
so
no,
much luxury, when you ask him for money and he's always there to give you, when you are like, people are at your beck and call. Why? So that's enough for her to just keep quiet and not say anything and just bear the brunt all alone. But my friends, you see what happened in the midst of that. Is she happy? Did it turn out to be happy? And the interesting thing about the whole story is the dark things that were happening in that household. When she started to talk about the kind of things that happens, and that's why they say, be careful who you envy. Be careful who you look at their lives and you're like, I wish. Be careful what you wish for.
mm,
All that she went through, only God knows how much she's saying and how much she's not even telling us. There is still going to be more to that story, trust me, that she's not even talking about, that she's not even allowed to talk about.
mm.
But everything is out there now. Those who want to mock her are mocking her. Those who want to commiserate with her are commiserating. Those who want to analyze her story are analyzing her story. But there are a couple of lessons that I'm learning from everything.
But
Don't buy
before
anything.
we go into the lessons, I just checked. I was like, so I asked AI,
Mm.
why is it that Regina Daniels decided to leave Ned Woko? And the top four reasons were number one, domestic violence and manipulation.
Domestic violence
Basic
and
manipulation.
manipulation. Mm.
Because it says that because she posted um, a video that says that I can't stand the violence; it's too
Um,
much.
yeah.
And then she said that he's
Hmm.
abusing her physically and psychologically,
Yeah.
controlling her. And then the other one, he says drug abuse. It says that She allegedly said that he introduced her into drugs and just to
Mhm.
satisfy him sexually. Hmm. Is that
Well,
true?
I don't know. I don't know
And
anything about her life in the past, so
so,
it's just
and
what she's
then
saying, right?
he also denied the fact that it's not true that
Right.
she she started using it, and he was even actually sending her for rehab, but she
She
did not.
wasn't go through
She wasn't
the
going through it.
yeah
Then the other reason he says that she's leaving because all the assets that he gave to her was all in his name, and she has
yeah
nothing to her name due to prenuptial agreements. And then the last one was public conflict. That basically the public dispute escalated to involve Reginald Daniel's family with alleging one uh, ordered the arrest of her siblings and his influence to intimidate them. Interesting. So, I mean, that the question is for me, most I've seen a lot of videos like today. I was watching some videos of some guys saying that why should we even care about her in the first place? Because when she was saying that she was going to enjoy all the wealth of this guy, right? She didn't ask for anybody's opinion, right? When she was traveling around the world, enjoying all the goodness that he was giving her, right? And in fact, she made it a popular belief that it is
yeah
good for you to cry in a
mm-hmm.
Lamborghini than to
Yeah.
cry in a
Mm.
keke napep, as
Right.
if it is, as if it's a good thing to cry in the first place,
Yeah.
right?
Can you imagine that?
So basically, she's even trying to brainwash women to accept abuse in the first place,
Ah.
right?
Yeah.
So for me, when I think about it, it's really irritating for me to even have uh, the notion that somebody will knowingly know that what I'm getting into is going to be abuse, and then you're justifying the fact that because money is going to be available for me to enjoy,
Yeah.
I'm going to go into it. I
Anyways,
mean,
regardless, she's gonna go into
regardless,
it. Yeah.
let me go into it, so
Hmm.
long as I'm not crying as a poor woman,
Yeah.
right?
It's
And
ridiculous.
and to be frank, so many women are of have adopted that kind of mentality that
Yeah.
hmm, you know what? Yes, you're saying that I don't want to date a broke guy, right? Yes, I agree. I'd rather date a guy that will buy me all the things I needed in this life. He will give me everything I needed,
Yeah.
even though he's going to abuse me, right?
Yeah.
And
It's hard.
it's so sad. It's so sad that that's the case right now. Most women are no longer even a lot of women. Not we can't justify how many, but a lot of women are of the opinion that oh yeah, why not? Why not enjoy,
Hmm.
right? Anyways, these days men are garbage, right? A lot of men are garbage, so why not actually go with a garbage man that has money,
Mm. And to go with
right?
one that doesn't have.
Than to go with
Very
one that
funny.
doesn't have. But is that even true that most men are garbage? Is
Sad.
it really true?
No, definitely not.
So, and I mean, when I'm thinking about it again, I'm thinking, okay, so now, why are you crying, being that you already chose this path? You
Yeah.
shouldn't cry. You shouldn't come
Right.
online and start crying because you already made a conscious decision that this is the path I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
So now why are you retracting back and saying, "Oh no, you people should come and save me. He's abusing me like this, he's abusing me like that." Come on, you chose that path already. He clearly showed you that he's not a monogamous type of person. He clearly showed you that, right?
Hmm.
So why not go with, okay, it's possible that sometimes, right? It's it's just like the notion that people think that, oh, if I travel abroad, everything is going to be fine. Like automatically,
Yeah. I just need to
right?
get there.
I just need to get there. Whatever happens, even if I go through the sea, I go through lions, I go through, it doesn't matter. For me, the main thing is I need to go abroad and
Right.
see and suffer. That suffer that you people are saying that there is sufferness abroad if you don't do it right. I need to go and see it for myself,
Hmm.
right? And at the end of the day, when they come over here, they see a different life, and then you start thinking, maybe it's not the case, right? So I think it's similar situation. She
Hmm.
thinks, oh, now she's thinking, maybe
It wasn't a good idea after all.
was it really the best idea after all, you know? But at the end of the day, for me personally, I don't think she lost too much. A lot
Hmm.
of people say that she went into a bad marriage, her life is ruined and everything is ruined. I don't think everything is ruined for her, in my personal opinion. Why? I'll say why. Because number one, if you're married to a billionaire, right, you should have learned one of two things. Number
Not
one, you
even
should
the
have
money now.
not even the
Just
money part.
the
Let's say
work ethic, the way
he
they
must
make
have
money.
showed you a little bit of how he's making money. He must have showed you a little bit of how to nurture relationships to remain that rich because people that are rich like that they don't suddenly go broke, right?
Hmm.
He must have introduced you to a circle of people that uh, are influential, right? That they have value,
Okay.
right? So even at the end of the day, even if you say you leave this marriage, I don't think you're losing everything. You have kids, right? By fire or by crook, somehow with the link of those kids, you're still connected
Connected to
to
the man.
wealth, right? Is the only difference is that you won't have um, you won't have the ease of saying that you can command him to get this for you or get that for you easy like you used to, right? But at least if you're a woman with with sense, if she's the type of woman with some sense, she can technically create her own lane just
Hmm.
from this whole scenario, right?
Yeah.
And create value of her own
Yeah.
that she don't even need any other man to stand on her own, right? She
I
can
think she was
create.
doing pretty good before. She was doing pretty good before. But
Well,
I mean,
but to this level, which she's seen wealth, I don't think she wants to go to that pretty good.
but I think that there's a lot of nuances around how and why she got into that relationship. It was a
Mhm.
lot because she was pressured. She was pressured, right?
By who?
Pressured by, I don't know. I don't know who pressured her. She might not have told us everything yet. She's now, I mean, she's telling us the story that she wants us to hear. But somehow, somewhere, she was under pressure. Something makes people to do things like that. It's either the burden of taking care of her family members that was too much for her,
Hmm.
and rather than hustle it in another way, she felt that that was a
That was a quick way.
quick way to get the money that will take care and cater to all her family members and all their needs. And the pressure of also feeling a monk. She wants to be like one of the Joneses, one of the wannabe women, the women that are commanding um, power. The thirst for power is there, to be one of the women that, yes, when they talk about one of the women of, senators, or one of the women that are of wealthy men, that she's one of those. She wanted to be counted among those, right? So there was a lot of things that pushed her into that, because I mean, like, seriously, why would a beautiful girl in her right senses go and marry a man that's older than her dad? I mean, it's weird. I was listening to this woman, and it's strange. It's something I cannot understand, and I cannot explain why and how young ladies nowadays will want married men. Why would you want a married man? So this lady was saying about how in her church, or yeah, one day she was,
Uh,
hanging around, and then she noticed that there was this young girl, very
Poverty
young girl.
allegation,
She was chatting a
poverty
married man.
alleviation program.
She was chatting a married man in church. You
Hmm.
know that this man is married. You go to the same church, you know his wife, you know his children. And then she was chatting him, and trying to, seduce him, and do all these things. And the guy was, what do you think? Men, they'll follow whatever they see, right? So he was also responding. And
Hmm.
she said she saw them, and she kind of warned her, like, hey, you know that this woman is married, right? Can you stop? Oh, yeah, okay. And then she noticed that when they were having morning prayer meetings, of course, this man, maybe he didn't want to come and join the prayer. He joins it because that lady is going to be at the prayer session. And because, of course, they tell people, don't eat any food. Don't buy food that you cannot eat. And the guy is also
Hmm.
playing along, right? And then
Hmm.
she found this lady again chatting the man, and she had to practically yell at her and almost disgraced her. Like, what is this nonsense happening? And she was saying that people should not encourage it, because you just wonder, why do people think? I mean, I remember there was a time when some people that knew my husband a very long time ago were talking, and they were saying that he had changed a lot, and that they didn't know that he was this, that was this good thing, that he was this handsome. So people just think that, after you have put on some flesh, that after you have cleaned up a little, of course, it's the woman in your life that cleaned you up. That now that they have cleaned him up, now it's time for you to come and take
Is
over.
the woman in your life that cleaned you up?
Most times. Most
I
times.
don't
You're gonna put
agree,
on some
but
weight, don't worry. When you get
I
married, there'll be a
I
difference.
disagree. I disagree. I
Well, it's not every
disagree.
man that most men, when they get married, they're still very slim, long neck, and all that. As soon as they get
Well,
married,
you
come, not senior bachelors like you. You know what I mean?
slim.
Not senior bachelors. Most men are
So you believe that a man that is big
not
is
big, not big. Like when they become like men. They put on nice shape, their skin freshen up because they're using their wife's, skin care also as well,
I think you're giving yourself
and
too
all of
much
that.
credit.
I'm giving myself too much credit.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I'm not giving myself. I'm not talking of myself. I'm talking of other ladies even.
I'm saying yeah,
Most
as a
men,
woman,
as soon as they get married, they change. They do change. There's always a change. Of course, you say women also change, but women, because they become bigger from childbirth and what have you, that's the change that happens. But the men, maybe they change because they're happy of mind, maybe the food that they're eating and they're making them to eat more. I don't know. But there's this change, and then they start looking another kind of way, different from how they looked when they were still single. I have pictures of my husband when he was single. Trust me, the
is it
difference is
is
clear.
it because is it not because he progressed in life, the family progressed in life, or is it because he got married?
Well, the family progresses because, I mean, if you married and you're suffering, there'll be no more change, right? You still look
So
a certain kind of way.
so
Well,
for me, I don't believe it's because you got married. I think it's because of natural progression in life,
okay.
because there are
Well,
so yeah, because
mm, I
because
don't
there are
know.
so
That's
many.
another way to look at it. But people change when they get married. Anyways, people change when they get married. Lots of people, lots of men change when they get married. So
Okay.
when they were saying that, oh, they never saw this part of him, that he looked good and all that. And that's when it now look like, whoa, where has this guy been? Where has this part of this person been? And maybe some women, maybe they've seen
Mm.
some guys before and they looked, not appealing. And after they get married, they're like, wow, this guy looks nice and everything. And maybe that's what is making some ladies to go. And I don't get what makes a woman, if pretty woman, go after the husband of another person. Like, why? Why would you do that? And then you start.
Well, for me, I feel like it's a proof of concept, right? This guy has married this woman. That means he has the ability
Manage a
to
woman.
no to like
Mhm.
make a promise of marriage,
Okay,
right?
that's
Because
interesting.
most single guys, they will just promise you, right, and they will not go through it with the promise. But to me, using my business mind, I'm just thinking it's a proof of concept. Like you see him, he's married. Maybe if I replace his wife, he will be married to me.
Ah, so the goal is to kick the woman out of the house so that you take her place.
Yes, now he's
Okay,
responsible. He knows what responsibility means already.
there you go.
It's
You
not
see that?
it's not like
Mhm.
a single guy that would be thinking, why do I have to do these things for you? I'm not bound by any. I'm not compelled to do anything for you because we are just dating anyway.
You can really not know why girls do those things. They have to be the ones. Those ladies need to tell us why they are doing that, and I wish I can get one of them like that to ask, why are you doing that kind of thing? But I
And
pray that
also,
they
it
find their
is
way back to God, because that's
okay.
not a good thing to do. It's just like what we're saying, marrying because of money. Why do people marry because of money? Because of poverty. Because of poverty, and that's because many women don't self-develop. They don't work on themselves to become better
At
version
all,
of themselves.
at all. For them is if I'm able to get this guy, I mean everything is good, right? I don't need to. Well, for me, I think about it like there are some women that prioritize marriage. They feel like marriage is the ultimate for them,
Hmm.
not because of they need to get out of poverty per se, but they feel like is where they will best be themselves. Because some of them believe that they don't want to go and be cracking their head about working or figuring things out. They just prefer to deal with nurturing their family, right? That's their mind frame. While there's this other breed of women that think that, oh man, this is the ticket for me to get out of rut.
Hmm.
If I'm able to, and they believe that their most valuable asset is uh, them
Themselves.
being a woman,
Yeah.
right? And
The womanhood.
their womanhood is their most valuable asset, which is true, but when it comes to there are different kinds of men, right? There are some men that value different things. Like for example, if you are trying to deal with a rich fellow that went through hell and pain to build his wealth, you think the only thing is going to be judging you is just being a woman. It's not going to be that, right?
Hmm.
Because he has abundance of women begging him to marry him. So why would he just choose? What would be his filtering mechanism to make the best choice for him? It cannot just be you just being a woman, right? It has to be more than just being a woman. He has to look at other things like, oh, how would you make him feel? Um, how would you add value to what he already has? Like, for example, Ned cannot proudly say that this lady added this and this and this and this to him per se, because the way he's
She
talking
helped him
about,
with his campaigns.
did she?
Yeah, she did. She did some campaign videos. She went with him
How,
to all those places. He didn't go with his
so
other wife to those
how did
places.
how did I help? How did I help
Helped
him?
him to, of course, she did help him. She did help him to, I mean, she's from the same place, right? And then she's already
Okay,
popular and people like her. She was like a darling of many people, right?
okay, that's
And then
fair
she
enough.
she gave the impression that he was really taking good care of her and everything. So technically, naturally, people just
Yeah, so politically, it looks good for her
it
to
looked
be.
good to him politically. Yes, that was why.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
because he had married women from other places, but now he was marrying a woman from their place. And
So if I was her in her shoes, I would bank on that fact that that is what I bring to the table, not just being a fine girl, right?
yeah, well, we don't really know what happened there.
I mean, like,
We don't really know what happened. You
we
only know
don't know
what
what
she's
happened.
saying.
We don't know what happened, but what I'm saying is that she, for her to be complaining that she doesn't have any assets, that means she didn't establish herself as an asset.
I'm even wondering why. At least you get some pocket money. It's just you see that's where I start asking myself like why do women live just on the now? You just live based on what you see now. You don't think of the future. You don't think, what if this man is no more here? This man is an old man. What if he passes away? Did you think about that?
I don't think she didn't think about the future. I think she thought perfectly about the future, but she didn't imagine a scenario where he will be a smart man, right? She think he's the regular stupid man that you can
No,
just finesse.
but at the
You
same
can just
time,
finesse.
if she was enterprising, she could have set up something for herself.
No, but you have to understand. For me, I understand that she's looking at it from the lens of there are other women that have done the same gameplay she did and ended up with a lot of assets, right? So I think she was, to me, just judging from what I see, I feel like she was trying to use the same playbook. But unfortunately, a lot of men have started changing, right? That playbook doesn't work anymore. That
Mm.
you just come and say this is who I am, and then you play some kind of games, and then you start getting assets, and then after a couple of years, you go five,
You go away.
and then you end up rich automatically from nothing to rich. It's actually it is actually there are people that are actually studying this business model. It's a business model actually. Like a lot of women are doing that. Okay, let's digress a little bit. There is a thing now that is happening with American women,
Hmm.
right? This is not something that people tend to publicly talk about. But like in the secret, people know about that concept. There are so many people that there are so many women that they target young, promising men
Older
from
woman, you mean?
older women, right?
Okay.
Not necessarily older women, even younger women are playing this
Okay.
same game. So basically, they go. Usually, the target was young, um, other American men, right? But those guys are becoming more smarter now. So now they go, for example, to Africa also
Or
or
young
whatever.
African promising men, not necessarily that they are rich or anything,
No, no, no,
but
no,
they
no.
have
You
like
don't,
maybe they have a
you don't
future,
have
they have
nothing. You
some
can be as
skills.
broke as anything, but
Mm-hmm.
they just want to know that you are hardworking.
All
Now,
right.
what's the play? They go to Africa. They go. Obviously, those guys also want to go abroad, right? So it's
Yes.
win. So they go marry the guy. You come over,
Yeah.
but you make sure you have a kid with them.
Oh, they make sure the African guy has a kid with them.
You must have a kid with them. That
Okay.
is the play. If not, they're not. You're not going with them. They're not going to marry you. They're not going to process all that
Okay.
paperwork, right? So when they bring you over, when they bring you over, obviously
Mm-hmm.
you have to survive one way or the other, right? So
Yes.
they've given you paper. You are there to hustle. You need to make money.
Yeah.
So the next thing is they start giving you problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to pay for this, you have to pay for that, you have to pay for this, you have to pay for that. And obviously, as a young man, promising man, you came abroad, you have some other responsibilities back home,
Back home, yeah.
and you need to take care of it. And they're like, no way. You just have to prioritize me. If you don't want to prioritize me, then I'm
The
divorcing.
marriage is off.
Marriage is off. So they divorce you. But you know how the system is, right?
Yeah.
Even though you're divorced, you still have to pay for what? Child support.
Yeah.
So, so long as I have a child with you, you're stuck with me, right? So
Mm.
there goes the demands and demands and demands and demands. So for them, that's guy number one. Child is there. That's a link to get money.
Yeah.
So they go find another victim. and
Haha.
that's why they have like so many multiple baby
With
fathers,
different men,
different men, and then
promising men,
all they have to do is to be doing their nails and chill.
getting
Life,
alimony and child
life is
support.
so good, and the funny thing is, a lot of men fall for that gameplay. You see, so, so you see, it is actually becoming a business model for many women like that. And I think in this case of Regina Daniel and Ned, the thing is, it was very clear that she didn't. Well, we don't know if she likes the guy from the beginning or not, but obviously,
How can you
a
love a
fine
man
girl.
that's older than your dad?
It's possible. It's possible. There's some women that actually like older men. It's very possible.
But the guy said anytime that she had to make out with him, she always was high, right? So maybe she did
That
that to numb
I mean,
herself so that she doesn't
she
feel the
was
guy.
she
I don't
doesn't
know. Whatever, man.
like.
It's
Well, that is
the
that is
pride.
the that is the assumption that people are having, that maybe she was taking drugs because she couldn't stand the fact that she's sleeping with this old man. Whatever the case may be, you signed up for it, right? So,
Sign up for it.
but then at the end of the day, was it really worth it for her? Was it worth it? To some extent, I would say yes and no. Yes, in the sense that um, for me, like I said, she got access to things that she would never normally have access to. She heard some things that only her as a wife can hear it, right?
Yeah.
Um, Her family is in a better position right now, right? The guy did things for her siblings. The guy did things for her family members, right? So, I mean, they benefited as a family from it. So,
Mhm.
I don't think it's a lose. It's a complete L for her. She gained one or two things from it, right? The question is, did he win anything from the scenario? Of course he did.
He got two children from her. What are you talking about?
He got two children. He was enjoying a young woman, right?
Fresh blood.
Fresh blood, you know. Even though he knows very well that if he didn't have the money, he's not going to qualify to get close to her. He knows. So,
Hmm.
um, and on the other hand, now, like you said, she helped in his campaign. She helped in making him look good to the public, right? Because she was a celebrity that people liked.
Yeah.
A lot of girls liked her, and I think it helped in his political ambitions and all that. Uh, well, at the end of the day, if we are to look at it now from the lens of a Christian, what would be your take?
What will be my own take?
Hmm. If we are
Like,
to
first of
assume,
all, as a Christian, I wouldn't advise any Christian lady to do that, first of all, because you cannot go and marry someone who is already married. That was adultery, right? They were living in adultery. And let's assume that the man was not married or never married, and he's just a very older married man. I mean, older man who never married, and he just wants to marry you, and this age gap of more than 20 years exists between you. Well, marrying solely for money, actually, it may look attractive at first, right? But there are also disadvantages that people don't think about when they're doing that, because that age gap is there, and
hmm
because there is a very big age gap, the man tend to look at you like as if you are his daughter, or someone that he can control, that he can, just someone that he's just providing for, like he's providing for you, he's meeting all your needs, and then he wants to make all the decisions, and he doesn't ask for your input. He just informs you because most of them, many of them, they've made some money, but there are some other old men that don't even have money. Of course, ladies will not really go for them. But those kind of men that have money, they will make all the decisions, and you just be like, you not feel like you are in a partnership with them. You don't feel like you are his helpmeet. You just feel like you are maybe a furniture in that house, and he will kid you. He treat you like as if you're a child, and that very often you say, "Oh, you're just a child. You're not even thinking," and sometimes I'll be control. He might even control how you go, where you go, who you talk to, and you see it many times when that girl was having her lives or her shorts or whatever she's doing online. The guy is like, "What are you doing? Who are you talking to?" And the way he talks to her, you see, like it was kind of condescending. Like you don't see that husband and wife vibe between them. He's just like monitoring her, monitoring what she's doing. He wants to even keep her all to himself. And it's very weird. You're so old and you have many other wives around you. So the girl definitely, me, I think that over time, after the whole thrills of the whole money and everything, when you live in the middle of something over time, it becomes normal and you don't
Mm.
see anything special about it. At the beginning, when you're outside, it's like, yes, when I get there, my life will be like this. Oh, I just need this. So my life can be, my life will just be. You have a lot of imaginations. But after you get married, that's when you realize that it can be lonely in those big houses.
Mm.
Because the man might not even let many of her friends come anymore. He might not let her keep those kind of relationship that she had in her childhood, those people that made her had fun, those people that used to, even girls that they had fun with, they talk with they, together, they, young girls thing. He would cut all those things off, like you can't do this, you can't do that. And very soon she became bored. And I think that because she was very bored, she was always online. She was trying to record anything, do her TikTok, do her Facebook lives and all those kind of things. So, and then when you are treated like your words don't matter and that you are not really, what you are saying is not taken into consideration, very soon
Mm.
you start to resent the person that you're looking for. You start feeling like, okay, I don't have any support. I'm just here all alone. Even though they are married, they feel like they are alone in that marriage because the man only comes when he needs them for, just to make out, just to sleep with them.
Mm.
You just use them. You just feel used. Over time, you start feeling used. You don't feel, when you cry or maybe you are sad. He doesn't even notice when you're sad because he has so many other women that he's looking at. The guy is so busy, he doesn't even have your time, and he's busy with his companies, busy with his life. So these are some of the things that women should think about when they are trying to sign up for those kind of things. You don't have that emotional support that you will see with normal couples, normal regular couples on the street. You even start to envy people that don't have that much like you because money cannot replace companionship. It cannot replace real partnership in the marriage. Money cannot do it. They will throw money at you, They will say like, "Go take this money. What do you want again? I've given you everything. What do you need me for? I'm not a child. I can't just be sitting here and be babysitting you." And before you know it, you start feeling, is this all marriage is all about? You know? And so, and then the guy will just feel like the girl is indebted to him all her life. You will tend to tell her things like, "I brought you. If not for me, your family will still be wallowing in this or that, in poverty. And you
Mm.
should be grateful that I did this for you. You should be grateful that your family should be grateful that I did that for you." And you always want to be that small God in your life. So it's just the I just imagine the kind of life that she's living, and it looks like she just lost herself in the marriage, right? The man has gotten to a place in his life where he definitely is already kind of slower than normal young men, and he might feel that he has money to cater for all the host of children that he has. Or let's say that you are married to someone who doesn't have so many children, but just the children that you have are the children that are his. But he won't be so much involved in the life of his children because the guy is already at a place where he's getting tired. Get to a certain age in your life where you start getting tired. Your bones, your bones are tired. You cannot do You can't be as active as another young man. You can't go and playing football with your boys. The kind of games that you see, the little joys that you see in other marriages, those kind of guys, they cannot give it to you. They cannot give it to you. They will try their best, to come down to your level sometimes, but they cannot stay at that level for such a long time. This thing where you can play with your husband, like couples that are close in age can
So
play.
are you saying that getting married to an older person is not good?
It depends on what is old is relative, right? If you marry a man that is 20 years older than you should be
Mhm.
expecting some of these things. If you marry a man that is 8 years older than you,
Is that a
you're still
problem?
in that same generation in that way. You marry a man that is 10 years older than you, it's still fair. But when you're going to 17 years, 20 years, 70, some 70-year-old is still, but when you get to 20 years, 25 years ahead of you, that means the guy is 50 and you're just maybe 25. Or the guy is 60 and you're just, I don't know, 25 years old. What do you have a lot of energy, burst of energy is still there for the woman, and the man is already tired. He The kind of things that you want to see him do for you, he just cannot do it because the mind you're not in the same generation. You're just in different kind of generation. Your goals are different. The things that you're chasing after, your interests are different. And so at the end of the day, the guy feels like, what's this? What's wrong with this girl, this
But
child?
her major goal was soft life.
Yeah, but at the end, yeah, that's what it looks like. Her major goal or stuff like, but most times you see her trying to drag the guy into her videos and
Mm.
playing with him, trying to play with him, but you see him play just a little bit and he's tired. And you see all over him that the guy is like, man, I have better things to do.
I don't think it's because of his age. Oh. I think he's just a busy person. Like there are younger men too that are so busy that they wouldn't have that much time like that. For
Yes,
example,
no, I
those.
agree with you on that. There are younger men that don't have time because they're too busy because they're running so many businesses. But I was just looking at it from the place of the place of I mean the things that I noticed, I mean from videos that I saw, and the couples that I know who have those kind of big age gaps, I noticed those things
Mm,
because the funds that the woman wants to have, I know a couple like that the guy, between the guy and the lady, is about 20 years, 20 years difference.
okay.
And you see that the lady will say he's always tired whenever I want us to have, and this guy, she's even his first wife, even though he has had like numerous girlfriends, but she's the first person that he got married to. And
Mm,
he would say, oh, you always want to, have sex or sleep with just, it's not every day that we do those things. It's tiresome, right? But she wants it
mm,
like, all the time, all the time. But the
mm.
guy is tired already. He can't do it every time. The guy is kind of tired. That I don't know if it's just particular to that guy, but that's what me I noticed. That's what I noticed. And of course, she talks
Okay.
to me and she'll tell me some things like, okay, I don't understand this guy. He just avoiding me, and then he said he's always tired. That me I'm too hot for him, and that me I'm going go 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 go. I'm not stopping. That kind of thing. So she
Mm,
just she just start feeling like she just spends more time with her girlfriends and try to
mm,
find more fun, with ladies, women that have the same shared interest like her. And I
mm.
believe that it's out of frustration. You want to do some things with your husband, but he's maybe not available, or he's not willing to, or he has other interests. He has other things that interests him. So, uh, then I don't know. There are other things that could come, that could come along the line. And I don't know all the details, but if you ask me, um, I would say for a Christian woman, don't marry because of money. Don't marry an older man because you think that he's going to give you he's going to give you money, or he's going to give you soft life. Because if that's the only reason why you got married, then if the man does not have if something happens to his business or his job or whatever it is that
You're in
is
trouble.
fetching the money, then
Mm,
you'll be trapped in that marriage. And at the end of the day, you realize that you won't be able to do for better for worse with him. You
mm,
get so discouraged, you get so frustrated, and then before you know it, you start having conflicts. You guys will start fighting. You guys will start struggling, and you'll be miserable. You just be miserable, and you start to wish that the man even passes away. And unfortunately, those men, they don't pass away easily. They stay alive for so long until they become independent to you, and then you have to cater for them. You have to become like their caregiver, their nurse, and then you'll be holding him, you'll be helping him, and before you know it, if he has sicknesses, then you start to take care of all these needs, and you're like, oh my god, at this my age, at 40 something, or maybe you're not up to 50 yet, and then that becomes a new life that you are living. There's a lot of problems that comes with it, and family members, the family of the guy, we always say that they always call that kind of lady a gold digger. Why did you marry our brother? You married him because of his money. There's nothing else that you want here. You're just this thing. You just came here because of his money. So it's very complicated. What you came to even see, the money that you came for, you have to struggle for it. You have to fight for it. Inheritance issues. And God help you if the man dies, and the man is a very interesting man that maybe has his nest of kin for his siblings or his other family members, and he doesn't put you as a next. And most times, if you come because of money, over time, you can't hide for too long. Before you know it, the man will notice that you're just here for only that. And those kind of men, what they do is that they will play with you very well. But when it's time to make the real high end decisions of inheritance and passing their properties and their riches to, they will pass it to other people.
Obviously,
To pass it to
obviously,
other people. They all
obviously.
people that have been with them all along, people who have struggled with them. They remember friends who have started the business with them. And most times, those kind of women, they tend to spend a lot of money because they feel, yeah, my husband has everything and they want to buy all the expensive things. And the guy is watching and it's like, no, if I leave my wealth in the hands of this woman,
She
she's
was
going to
just
burn
ruining.
down what I started for so many years before she was even born. So he will start to, he will do things that with his lawyer that you will not even know about. And you have the shock of your life, the biggest shock of your life. And to be like, okay, so you exchange your youth, your peace of mind, your joy, and all your dreams because of money. And in the end of it all, you won't even be fulfilled. You will wish, you will always live in this life of wishing, what if I had married someone else and we have grown together? We have grown together and we have blossomed together. Because you will even see some of your friends who married people who were not maybe even that rich. And they blossom and grow and are almost matching the kind of life that you're living, but with much more freedom, with much more respect, with much more peace, with
You
much
know,
more partnership and feeling important. And their husband pampers them and treats them so nice. And then before you know it, you start to envy them. You start to feel uncontented. You're not content with the man.
that reminds me of one post I saw from Cubana, Obi Cubana.
Hmm.
The contrast is so sharp. I saw Obi Cubana in London celebrating his wife's PhD also.
Right.
Like, wow. You see the difference?
The lady was growing. He was growing her.
You see the difference?
She did
He
not
was
shrink.
so
You see,
he
the lady
was
did not
so
shrink. This
he
other one
was
was
no no
practically
no don't
shrinking and had
I don't think
nothing to
I
her
don't
name.
think it has anything to do with Obi Kubana growing her. I think it has something to do with her personal decision to grow.
But he allowed her. He gave
And
her.
he supported her
He created the environment for
doing
her
that.
to grow. Right. That's the difference.
Well, but the truth is most women they just a lot of women just get married and they don't want to have to grow in any form or shape. All their concern is you go and do whatever you need to do, come back to me. I just be nice and pretty to you, and that's it. Especially for the fact that if that person is very wealthy, because what would you have to do anyway? You're not going to clean, you're not going to cook.
Yeah.
He has things that can solve all those problems. He
Yeah.
has he has a chef. He has somebody that's cleaning the house. So what do you have to do? Nothing.
They're not even wise enough to say, okay, I don't have anything to do. Rather than sit down and watch movie or make my nails and gossip, I can do something to make myself better.
You see, and
Very
that's
few
why
women
for
think like
me,
that. Like that.
exactly, and that's why for me, I personally respect. a lot, the wife of Obi Kubana, for what she did, because now she's going to go and she went to go and learn and upgrade her knowledge. She will bring a lot of value to whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
He doesn't see her as a liability anymore. He
Right.
sees her as an asset.
Yes.
And there's no way he's going to say his next of kin is somebody else, because he knows that if he puts her in charge, she has his back.
Yeah.
Regardless, she's not low level. She's thinking, how can we expand this empire? How can
Mm-hmm.
we expand this empire? How can we expand this empire? That's her thinking,
Yeah.
because that's what school or education does to you. It makes you to expand your horizon, right? So
Mm-hmm.
for me, I mean, my the lesson I learned from this is that it's very unfortunate that there are um, so many women that tend to think that they have the right to just come into the life of somebody that is rich and just enjoy and add no value,
Add no value. Hmm.
add no value, right? And it's becoming a common thing right now.
Yeah.
And the other thing I learned is that most times women that are like that tend to the marriage tend to end up crashing,
Yeah.
because if you come to a point where the fun goes out of the window, right? And then
Yes.
at the end of the day, reality sets in. And
Right.
when the reality sets in, it now becomes a conversation of what are you bringing to the table.
Table.
Yes, women don't like to say they don't like
Hmm.
uh, that thought process, right? That
You're bringing
what are you
babies,
table?
children.
Yeah, you're bringing children, but like, I mean,
Yeah.
with his money, he can get children. You can get a surrogate person to get children. It doesn't necessarily have to be you, right? So if you think that it's children you're bringing to the table, I don't think it applies to someone that has money. Like
Mm.
children, him also is contributing to that children part. If he doesn't bring his sperm, he will not have a child, right? So
So you carried
I
it.
mean,
Okay. Surrogate
yeah,
can carry it too. You say that.
seriously, you can carry it. I mean, children is no longer a strong argument to say, okay, once you have money, it is very difficult to bring that argument. You have to
Yeah.
bring something really, really, really tangible
Mm.
to the table. And recently, I was listening to a couple that they usually talk about marriage stuff, and the guy was explaining to the woman that there's this conversation that they had between men,
Yeah.
and they were saying they started with the fact that okay, what are men really doing to what is the benefit of men to the marriage? And they were giving a lot of reasons why they are so important to the marriage, that they are providers, they are protectors, blah, 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 blah. Now, the guy now asks the men, so what do you think a woman brings to the table? And they're like, they had nothing to say. And then he now rephrased the question, okay, so what would you want your woman to do for you if you think that you're doing all these things for the woman? What would you want her to do for you if she's willing to do it for you? And he said that they brainstormed and then they brainstormed, and then they came to the conclusion that the number one thing that they really want is peace.
Peace.
Peace. And that that is so funny because like most women don't even think about that. Most women think that, oh, I can do this, I can do this, I can do it, I can cook, I can clean, I can do. And
It's far from when what men want.
At the end of the day,
The man just wants peace.
all those things can be easily replaced. He
Mm.
wouldn't need you to clean his house because he has been cleaning his house right from time before you came into the picture. Right? He doesn't necessarily need you to cook for him because he's been surviving without you before you came into his life, right? He's been cooking for himself. A real man will be able to take care of his food, right? What else? Okay, you'll say intimacy. Yeah, intimacy. Yes, you're bringing intimacy into his life. That's true. But then, why is it that even with all of those things, let's say let's say some women will dwell on the fact that intimacy is the most important thing I'm bringing. So if intimacy is the most important thing that you're bringing, why is it that some men they even dread to come to their home if they know that they're coming to you for intimacy, right? So at the end of the day, to me, I feel like marriage is a lot of people see marriage in a wrong way. They think that marriage is something that you just come and enjoy and you relax. I don't think so. Marriage
Marriage
is
is
an
work.
effort. It's a lot of work between two
It is a lot of
individuals.
work. And you have to be intentional about it.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And if people don't really recognize it as that, I mean, it's the woman wants a lot of emotional support. And for the man, if you don't learn that, you have to learn it in the marriage because at the end of the day, she will not be happy, you will not be happy, right? On the other hand, the woman has to learn that all what a man wants is when I come home, I don't want to hear about the trash not taken out. I
You,
just want to,
you don't want women to complain. They
I
want
just want, I just want you to just welcome me first, ask me how my day has been, and then let's talk about it in a very peaceful way. Even though you're going to tell me trash is still there, I'll just say it in a very graceful manner, right? Because you don't want to fight out there and then you come back home and then you're fighting
and fight
again.
again at home. Okay, I get your point.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm sorry to say, but like this set of women that think that I just want to find a soft life through marriage, you're being delusional. Because I mean, yes, if you marry a guy with money, there are so many things that you have access to,
Mhm.
but it doesn't come without any work. If you want to keep that marriage, it comes with a lot of work. You have to work for it. Proverb 31 says that woman that they call what Proverb 31 woman.
Hmm.
If you really analyze who
How about
she
this
is,
woman?
she was doing a lot of work. She didn't just come and say, "Oh,
Hmm.
I'm married to this man that is very important in the society. He's among the king's men, right?" But no, she did a lot of work. And if she didn't put in all that work, I don't think we'll be here be talking about her and be referring to her and all of that. No. And on the other part of it, the gentleman that she married was a wise man. A lot of women choose very, very, um, they choose wrong men. You know for a fact that this guy is going to be bad towards you. Why
Hmm.
would you go and marry him? Why?
Yeah.
All because he has money. All because he has money. You don't necessarily need to keep choosing a guy that is not good for you. You have your own set of interests. You have your own set of rules. Why don't you go by your rules? Why do you have to throw your rules away just because you see this person has a lot of money
Hmm.
and therefore he qualifies to be a husband? Not everybody is meant to be a husband. Not everybody is meant to be a wife.
Hmm.
It's as simple as that. And to men like us, a lot of men are also very delusional because they think because a woman is being nice right now and she's just you know there's a tendency that most men that have money because a woman is just like yes sir everything you say goes everything you say goes
And she will remain
means
like that
that
forever.
she will remain like that.
Ah, you get
You
the
don't
shock
know
of your
you
life.
get the
Women
shock.
evolve, just like everyone. Women evolve in the marriage, so you just keep that in mind.
So if you think that you want to go and marry, a lot of people tend to think that they will marry a naive girl that don't know nothing, and then they'll have the freedom of doing whatever nonsense they want to do,
Hmm.
right? But then at the end of the day, the woman come and show them shege, they start crying wolf.
She
Oh,
get full
women are bad.
marks.
They start saying, oh, women are bad, women are bad, women are this, women are this. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Hmm.
And it's unfortunate that, in my opinion, in church, we don't talk about this a lot
Yeah.
in a very transparent manner. Just because somebody is in church and praying to God doesn't mean he has a good character,
Hmm.
right? A lot
Right.
of guys, a lot of our brothers in church, they, in fact, some of them are even in the pulpit, right? Some of them, uh, they don't have any form of good
Hmm.
character, no respect. A
Hmm.
lot of them, a lot of them, they see women as furniture.
Yeah.
They don't believe that they can actually reason with their wife. They don't believe that their wife can add anything to their decision making,
Yeah. Hmm.
and mainly because a lot of these men tend to choose uh, they tend to choose the women that have no personal growth. They didn't spend time to grow on themselves. They only put all their cards on their beauty. They only think because I'm beautiful, that's all that matters, right? And it's so sad. And that's why, for me, as a single person right now, marriage is a scary thing. It's very, very scary because
Scared. There are some good girls out there.
there are,
You have to find
you
them
know, it's just like,
and pray about
yeah,
it. At least tell people to pray about it. Pray
it's
about
just
it.
like,
God has His own way of leading people to the right people. Right.
it's just like how Muhammad Ali used to say, he gave this analogy. He said, yes, there are some harmless snakes, right? Imagine a scenario where 1,000 snakes are coming towards your house, and you know that there are some harmless snakes. They are not poisonous,
Mm.
right? But there are so many snakes out there that are very poisonous. Would you just open your house and find out which one of them is harmless? Or you close your house and be like, oh,
One by one.
I'm better safe than to find out which one of them is harmless. Is harmless. This is where we have gotten into.
Hmm. Yeah,
You know,
I get that. It's very sad though. It's very sad. Lots
it's
of
crazy.
men are I was so scared. There's this guy that's going, there's this trend that's going on as well, where this guy took out his wife from his COS. We're running out of time now. I need to send the kids to bed, but
Yeah,
I just
sure.
wanted to share that one quickly. I just stumbled on it. I don't know. It just came on my feed. And they were saying that the girl is crying because the guy took her out of his COS. They are living in the UK. The COS is like, I don't know what that means, like maybe certificate of, I don't know what it is, but COS is like
Certificate
permission to stay,
of
right?
yeah.
Okay. So the guy took her out of it, and she was crying and crying and saying, "Oh, he threatened to the guy I called my husband. He that called himself my husband. I don't know, that's where she puts it, and that he took her out after threatening her. And people were asking her, what did she do? What did you do that made him to take you out?" And the guy came to say his own side of the story. Another video was saying how the guy was sharing his own side of the story, how the lady, he took her from the village. It was an arranged marriage. He didn't know her from anywhere, but his mom wants him to marry from their own tribe, like Igbo tribe and everything. And so he agreed to marry this girl because she's from their tribe and they don't know her, but somebody had suggested to them that this girl is a good girl, that he should marry her
Mm.
because she's a good girl. So he went ahead and married this girl and took her along to the UK. That was the beginning of his problems because as soon as he had the right to work for 20 hours and the girl had to work more, and they're still trying to find their footing. And so as soon as she got her first pay, because he took part of the money to buy a car for the family, the girl went, like, she was upset. She lost it with him. Why would you do that? I wanted to send money to my family back at home and everything. I mean, it's not after you get settled. You guys came to the UK with a lot of debt. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of debt, borrowing money here and there, just so you guys can go, and then with the hope that when you get there and you settle down, you pay off your debt before you start taking care of when you are back at home in Africa. How are your family fending?
Mm.
So why would they
That's
start
true.
mounting expectations on you all of a sudden just because you have crossed over? You're patient. You tell them the reality. And many people don't tell their family members the reality of things. You tell your family members the reality. I just settled here. I'm not. You have to leave me alone for now, so that you don't also break my marriage. And that's
Mm.
where I started to ask myself, maybe that girl really loved the man. Did she really love him, or he was just a ticket to travel abroad? And that's the story of many ladies. Many guys, I know I've suggested to some guys who are chronic or serious bachelors. And I'm like, why don't you go back home to Nigeria or Cameroon or whatever country and marry one of the girls? It's like, no, I don't want to get from there. I want to get from here. And that's why I
Mm-hmm.
created a post not too long ago in the group where I said that men are also scared. Men are scared of girls. Men are scared of girls that really don't love them, who are not really what they seem to be, because they don't
Mm-hmm.
want to fall into the trap of marrying someone who is not really who they are. And then
Mm-hmm.
they are stuck in a loveless marriage. They're stuck in a troublesome marriage. They're stuck in a marriage where they're going to live to regret. And the girl is ready to even do anything to destroy the man because she never even loved him in the first instance. So there are a lot of things to learn from how people conceive marriages and how people are free and guiltless to harm another person just for personal and selfish gains.
Yep.
Personal and selfish gains. So don't marry because of money. Don't marry because of anything. Don't marry because of anything other than God is leading you. You love this person. You plan to spend the rest of your life with this person. You're ready. You guys respect each other. You have this shared goals. You're going in the same direction, and you are ready to support each other. You're ready to stay with each other through thick and thin, and in the good, in the bad. You're going to love this person because you have said I do, and you have a lot of respect for the vow that you took before God and man. So without that, every other marriage is if you do anything that is contrary to that, that's a scam of a marriage that you have done. And at the end of the day, it will come crashing down.
Uh,
Last, as they say, last, it
for
will
for
come
Christians.
crashing down because it will become expensive. It will become too expensive to maintain, and you cannot buy emotions. You
Mm.
can't buy emotions. So no matter the
And
money
and
you
the,
have,
the worst of it all is for Christians you cannot divorce. So
right?
you're stuck.
You're now stuck there.
You're
And even if the
stuck
man even goes ahead and
forever.
divorces them, or the woman goes
It's
ahead and
crazy.
divorces them, they are now stuck.
You
They
can't
can't
get
remarry
remarried.
anymore. Some people will argue
It's,
this and say, no, the Bible says, the Bible said, the Bible said. I still stand where the Bible stands. God bless you all. That's all I have for today. I need to put my kids back to bed now.
yep.
Thank you for
Um.
connecting. If you're joining afterward, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow. If you're watching on YouTube, And we're also on TikTok. Look for us, DLBC Singles. You'll find us. So let us
Yeah.
know if
So
you want any
let's.
topic that you want us to talk about. If you have not subscribed yet, many people are following us, listening to us, and they've not followed, they've not subscribed yet. Please do subscribe and follow, support us, and also you'll be alerted whenever we come live. We want to do more lives like this in the evening after work, like this.
Yep.
And so if you
I
guys
think
are
this is the
available, you can
perfect
join us.
time.
Yeah.
We have a lot to say. I mean, we didn't talk about some other aspect of this whole thing.
Yeah. We
Maybe,
don't call it a night. Tomorrow
maybe,
is another day.
maybe, maybe we talk about it on another one. All
Yeah.
right. It was nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you
Peace.
too. Thank you guys.
Beware of the
Bye.
snake.
See you next time. See you another day.
Bye.